All right. How about some CAG shopping news? Some sad shopping news, Wombat. For us, anyway. Shipwreck has nothing to be sad about.
It's not as bad for us as it looks.
Oh, well, we're talking about the Toys R Us is closing just over 180 U.S. locations. But why is it not bad for us, Wombat?
Because the two that they're closing by us are Babies R Us's.
Oh, not my childhood Toys R Us?
No, so unless you need some Similac.
I don't know what that is.
That's baby formula. Shipwreck knows all about that stuff, I'm sure.
It's not an,
I do.
It's not an explosive.
You put for every 2 ounces, you put in 1 scoop.
Oh, you buy the
2 ounces
powder?
of water, 1 scoop of Similac, the powder.
Yeah, we bought the liquid. Bottles of liquid.
Ooh, high dollar.
I know. Well, it's because Sabrina was on the Alimentin, which is the prescription one.
That would have gotten you a little bit of exercise, though, if you did the
shake it.
Shake it up.
I was skinnier when Sabrina was born. I was skinnier when Elliot was born. I gained a lot of weight, though, with Elliot's pregnancy that I never quite lost.
Made you hungry.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's nervous.
So, yeah,
you're like, oh my God, what the fuck am I going to do? I got another kid coming. I better eat this whole bag of Oreos. While I think about it.
Yes, that is what happens.
Yeah, I know. I know how it is.
Just drinking down the Similac that's sitting over there, too.
Let me make sure this is okay.
Oh, this tastes like vitamins and milk crushed together. Yeah, whatever.
At least it has the calories.
Yep.
It's interesting because I thought that when Toys R Us declared bankruptcy, when that news first passed, I thought I remembered reading that they were not allowed to close stores. I guess they had to get maybe they have to get like some sort of court order or something.
I don't. Well, that was, and this is like the second round of the announcement. I don't understand. I don't know.
They may have to get permission to do this. Maybe this is just like what they're planning to do.
They say by April, it'll all be.
Yeah, the clearances start in February.
Nice.
As early as February.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Well, Bain Capital did it again.
Good for them.
Them and KB Toys. Toys R Us and KB Toys. They they drained them. All right. Let's I don't know. Does this go under shopping news? I want to talk about the locked loot boxes situation.
In PUBG.
I mean, I'm sure it's in other games too. I know it's in other games, but for me, it only affects me personally in PUBG. It's the only time I've come across them, or at least noticed it, because the other day I got a crate called a Desperado crate.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, this sounds good. This sounds like I'm going to get something good.
Yep.
Which I wouldn't anyway, which we'll get into that in a second. But I look it up, and then I go to open it, and it says, oh, you need a key to open this, and then you have to pay $2.50 to get a key. It's the only way. You can't earn a key.
So you earn that box.
Yes.
So it's a loot box you earn through gameplay.
Yes.
That you can only open.
Yes. If you buy a key. But, so here's the thing. It's very interesting. So it's interesting and devious, and I think it might wind up blowing up in their face. Depending on how many congressmen get on top of this. Yeah. So what they do is, whenever you earn credits to earn a loot box, to buy a loot box, you earn these crates rather are random, right? Just the type of crate you get is random. So you may get a locked crate or you may get an unlocked crate. So that's random. And of course, as you know, when you open the crates, the contents are random too, and there's different odds and all that shit. So anyway, not only are you getting a crate that's useless to you unless you spend real world money, if you look at the odds of getting the good items, they're unbelievably horrible. Like less than 1%. Like way less than 1%. Some of them are like 0.1%. It's crazy. So Overwatch would never do this. Overwatch would never throw a locked loot box your way. I guess they couldn't, because once they started...
Well, the only reason why in a game like PUBG is it bad. It's bad in any circumstance.
It's really. The only progression you're getting.
And there's no reason. I mean, yes, I get it. I get what the game's all about, but still, there's not that much game there.
Right.
There just isn't that much there. So the fact that they're charging you for additional content in a game that has bare bones content to begin with makes me not like this game.
Shipwreck, do you differentiate this tactic at all any differently from just a standard, let's call like the standard Overwatch loot box system? Do you think there's any worse or better? There's one part I missed that I didn't mention. I'm sorry.
Tell me this.
There's a couple big things that I did not mention. So if you're playing this on PC, I don't know what the situation is on Xbox. They probably don't have these locked boxes on the Xbox yet. I'm not sure. But because that still hasn't hit 1.0. So on PC, they've already hit 1.0. You can take these loot boxes that you've earned, even the ones with the keys, or like maybe only the ones with the keys, and you can sell them on Steam. Unopened loot boxes, okay? Likewise, you can open them and sell the contents on Steam. Now, some of these rare items are worth thousands of dollars, or maybe $1,000 or $1,500. Most of them are worth like 50 cents, but you have like a 0.1% chance of getting one that's worth $1,500. Of course, PUBG Corporation gets a cut of any time of the marketplace. So anytime these items are bought or sold, PUBG's getting a cut. So they basically are artificially creating an economy by limiting the amount of loot boxes you can earn in a set period of time. They have that in place. And by making the odds on getting the good stuff just ridiculously low. And now they're soliciting you, like sort of directly, by giving you these sort of fake rewards that require real money to open. I think that this looks bad. Is going to look bad on a news report.
Yeah.
And don't you think?
Yeah.
Like my kid got a loot box and he thought he won something, but he was told he had to buy a key. It sounds predatory.
It is really predatory.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound predatory. It is predatory.
I mean, and keep in mind, this is a game. This is not a free-to-play game. This is a $30 game that sold 40 million copies on PC and a lowly 4 million on Xbox. So they're not like starving over there, right? They don't really need to do the locked loot boxing. They're already doing the regular loot box thing anyway. They're already like, having us bend over for that. It's just, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way big time, and I think it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way as it gets out. So there it is. There's my locked loot box rant. Shipwreck, do you have anything to add on that? I know you hate talking about loot boxes.
Correct. That's why
I know, but this is different. This is sort of different.
Doing other things during this conversation.
I know.
I just kind of blank out on them just because I know I personally am never going to buy any ever.
Right.
I'm perfectly happy just with whatever games give me.
Right.
I know we're going to talk about Ghost Recon a little later again because we're all still playing it, but I'm perfectly happy with just like.
Did you open your 2 free boxes in Ghost Recon? We could talk about that now.
No. We're not ready for Ghost Recon yet. Don't worry. Stick with the outline, Wombat. It's there for a reason.
Excuse me.
Go with the flow, Wombat.
Are we to new game releases?
Yeah,
then?
but I'm already bored of this talk. So
yes. Okay, that's fine. Well, we're ready for new releases.
What about some boxes where you open them up and there's new games inside?
Oh, by the way, I looked up how much the crate was worth that I had won that I'm not buying the key for. It's worth 86 cents.
Ooh.
So if I sell, about 3 of those, then I can buy a key.
This is so dumb.
So dumb. All right, new releases.
Are people still buying and selling those JPEGs on Steam?
Oh, the cards, the trading,
whatever
what were those cards? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Probably. God,
is that still
so much money? God, is Gabe's house just made out of like some material that we don't even know? I can't even say gold because
unobtainium.
Yeah, just like he's got what do they have in Wakanda again?
Vibranium.
He's probably got a vibranium suit, of his car.